Hello and welcome to my tutorial on using FTP to upload files from your local host to a remote host. In this case I'm using the application FileZilla. It is available free to download from their website. Just Google FileZilla and you won't miss it. It is available on all operating systems including Mac OS, Linux and Windows. Alright, now this is FileZilla. This is the icon down here as you can see. Now before we get started I will just explain. FTP stands for File Transfer Protocol, and pretty much the name says it all. You get files from one host to another host and it transfers over the internet. Some people would say that is somewhat unsecure due to encryption reasons, but generally speaking most people still use it anyway and it's not really an issue. Although in this specific case I have used certain security measures to bypass security breaches that may come about. Alright, cool, let's get started. Now go up to the icon here of the little web server. We're going to click it and it comes up with the little site manager menu. This is the site manager in FileZilla. We're going to use my VPS that I have specifically set up on a remote server using Ubuntu 8, but in this case if you're going to use this for the first time you would press new site and set all the details up from scratch. I'm just going to go through the one I've already got set up so I don't have to set it up again once I've finished. Now we've got our host here, our FTP host. In most cases it would be ftp.domainname.com, so ftp.google.com for example, or whatever your domain name is. In this case though, I am using my IP address. Your IP address will work. Your IP address will work if you know your IP address. You can use that too. We're going to use set up the port number. The port number in just about every single case will be port 21, but I've specifically changed my port number on my remote server for security reasons, and I'm using my port number that I have chosen when I set up my server. Now our server type, most people would select FTP. I'm going to use SFTP, which is Secure Transfer Protocol, for the security reasons yet again. I'm actually not too sure if this will work for everyone, but it works for me and it is more secure, so I am using SFTP instead of the standard FTP. If it works for you, great, you can use that. Logon type, I'm going to use normal, we're not going to use any of the other options, and we're going to type in our FTP username and our FTP password. Most cases you should have an account for FTP, but in my case I've set up the remote server myself, and that is just my Ubuntu username and my Ubuntu password on Ubuntu on the remote server. Now we're going to click the Advanced tab here. Now this is a pretty cool feature. This is the default local directory and the default remote directory. Now FTP would generally be used for uploading websites to a remote server. Now the default local directory is the folder on your local machine where you have your website already saved that you want to upload. Use the browse folder and you find the directory on your local machine. Now the default remote directory is the folder that you want to upload the files to. Now this would be the public folder on your remote server, one that you can access through your browser using your domain name or the IP address. I've used Apache on my Ubuntu system, and the default root directory is /var/www. That is just standard for Apache setup on Linux. It is changeable, but why would you bother? And we're done. We can press OK now and our details are saved. Now go to the little arrow here next to the web server picture, next to the site manager. We've set up our VPS. We've set up the VPS. We're going to click the VPS button and watch the commands rock up here while we wait for it to connect. Alright, cool, we have a connection. Now this here is the file structure on my remote Ubuntu server. This is not on my computer. Over here is the files on my local machine, the ones that I wish to upload. I just want to point out though, before when I said that default local directory and the default root directory, the default remote directory, that's what it is. That does not need to be set. Basically what that is when you first connect, it will show that folder here on your local directory and the folder here on your remote directory. It will automatically choose go to the folder that you've chosen in the menu. You don't have to do that though. It just makes life a lot easier when you first connect. Now I'm just going to delete this folder to give you an example of uploading. I'm going to re-upload this folder and show you how easy it is to upload. you can actually see here all the commands deleting the folder, and cool, it's finished. We have our directory listing back. As you can see, I'm going to upload the admin folder, and it's as simple as this. You just grab the folder or the file, you can drag it in, and it will start transferring. You can see up here the connection has started and the transferring is happening, and you can see down here the file is actually transferring, and that didn't take long at all. That was easy done, and that's it. You can download, you can upload. It's all the same. Yeah, that's pretty much how you use FTP in a nutshell, and it is great for uploading your websites to a remote server. Thank you for listening, and I hope this helped.